All right. So, my invader hate video, just from time to time, can get insanely unhinged comments that I most of the time just remove. Because, like, they will intentionally skip over things I'm saying in the video. So it's not really worth it to, like, you know, get into a discussion about it. But this comment particularly, like, as you can see, there's a lot of words here. But yeah, let's go into it. This I can't tell how unhinged this comment is, but okay, let's... I read through it a few times and I still have, like, I don't understand what they're trying to say. Why people so mean? Then shows at 7:17 exactly why people are so mean. The host and his mates are prepping for a boss fight and get effed by some random a-hole that has nothing better to do. Okay, let's continue. I'm pretty sure I seen that clip, but it's like I'm invading? What? So you just demand people to not play a game they paid for with their own money because they don't want you in there? Will you refund them their game? And to be honest here, let's make it abundantly clear that it is as much as their game as it is yours. They paid for it just like you did. Okay. Bro, I wasn't saying they shouldn't play the game. They shouldn't pretend the game is something that it isn't. That's my point, man. I'm not saying they shouldn't play it. I'm saying we don't need comments like this that is just like innately misunderstanding the systems of invasions because you think that we're deliberately trying to be mean. Like, what? Oh my god. They definitely go on with that. A lot more here. Dude, it's a gameplay thing. It's PvP. It's cool to go into someone else's world expecting, like, just random stuff to happen. Any of those fights, you know, can be interpreted so many different ways. It's not just dueling. It's not just the same thing all the time. Like, you already don't understand invasions, so, like... let's just keep going. Another interception at a fog wall, and you show up with waterfowl. All right, this one I'll go check out. I checked out most of them, but this one I want to see. All right. So this person's a little bit upset about this interaction here, where I'm invading this player. They know I invaded them because it says invaded by right on the bottom of their screen. The amount these people try to take responsibility off of the host's own gameplay is insane. It's like they seriously think the host they have no idea how to play a video game. Yet we are here at the end game of Elden Ring. They can be a little bit more aware, but okay, let's see this waterfowl. Jump attack, yes, they're about to buff. Waterfowl goes in. They were panic rolling and they get caught by waterfowl. I do an accidental L2 there. Yeah, so what? Was that... Oh my god, that's such a good clip. The fog wall ones are the best, but look, dude, the host and the Phantom clearly could have been more aware there. Sorry, that's a skill issue. Let's move on. The mental gymnastics continue. Wait, was it mental gymnastics like a huge part of the first Invader hate video? I kind of forgot. Mental gymnastics. I'm not doing any mental gymnastics, man. This is dev intended mechanics. I go into invasions because they're fun. There's no mental gymnastics here. They are not opting into invasions. They are, like, you're just deliberately wrong here. Not deliberately, but like, you're what is it? Like objectively or something? They're just wrong here. They are opting into invasions. The game tells you if you use phantoms and co-op, you are opting into getting invaded. They are literally opting into invasions. What are you talking about? These are the type of comments where I was like, dude, you guys can't take anything they say seriously. But this dude went so, like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 paragraphs of just misinformation that I need to get. I felt like this is like a comment that I really wanted to make a video for because I see these repeated things over and over again that I've addressed in every one of my Invader hate videos. You guys, this is like this insane. This is, oh my god. But let's continue. Like, literally, you're just wrong here. They are opting into invasions. Oh my god. They are opting into co-op, and they are getting invasions on the side. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so, all right, let me get this straight. If I go to like McDonald's or like Wendy's or something, and I get like a meal, and I'm like, I want a combo meal, and they're like, okay, fries come with that, and I just say, you know what? No. I'm not opting into those fries. You are forcing those fries into my combo. But I do want a combo. But those fries are not. I'm not opting into those fries. Those fries are on the side of the combo. Oh my god, dude, this is insane. But this is absolutely funny. The seamless co-op mod. The seamless co-op mod is popular precisely because this is the main issue at hand here. The main issue at hand here is you're not being honest. You are absolutely stretching the definition of the invasion system here. Like, I just can't get over the fact that they are opting into co-op and invasions are on the side. It's like, bro, what do you think that means? Like, so no, there's no main issue at hand here. The main issue at hand here is we don't have covenants, and we need a bigger. We needed more players to be involved. Now, who knows if we'll get that with the next game, but let's continue. People like this, though, this is the reason why it's like invasions are so misunderstood, because because of the words on this comment. Okay, people that are actually intentionally opting into invasions are much harder to beat, much better prepared, and much sure you can shelter yourself behind groups of enemies. Okay, so how, bro, what? People that are intentionally opting into invasions are the people who are going into co-op. They're intentionally opting in. Okay. Okay. Now, as far as the skill level of people who are opting into invasions, it varies. It varies all the time. There are players who act like they've never seen a PvP player before, and then there are players who are co-oping, who are good at the game, who aren't going on 7-paragraph rants about invasions, who are just accepting the game they bought. They're not trying to change the game they bought. They're accepting the game. They're accepting of the game's mechanics. Like, it's absolutely insane how much responsibility they want to take off of their own skill issue. That is a huge problem in games nowadays. Especially games like this that are mainstream Dark Souls games. It's just insane. There are players out there who are co-oping, who are perfectly fine dealing with invaders. I'd even go as far as to say that it's most players like that and I even have evidence, my entire channel. You can cherry pick some of these moments where I took players off guard with a waterfowl, but I still post like 10-minute videos of straight battling. It's like, sometimes I post funny clips here and there, but I have 700 videos. You can't tell me all of those videos, every single person there's a casual. Like, you can't say that. Like, literally, the evidence of my videos completely contradicts the narrative you're trying to paint here, where everyone who's co-oping is a helpless casual gamer. And that is not true. You are a helpless casual gamer. That doesn't mean everyone else is. Holy crap, dude. Take some responsibility. You can get better at games. You won't get better at games if you keep... What is it? If you keep deflecting? If you keep deflecting your skill issue onto everyone else's, like, morality? It's kind of cringe, dude. I get it. You lose at PvP for now, but if you actually try to get better, I bet you'll have a better time. Like, 100%. And it's crazy. It's like, tantamount to not understanding how defenses and like build up works and stuff. And then it's like you're complaining about bleed damage, yet you have no armor. You don't like level up your vigor, and now you're saying, oh, this bleed damage isn't intended. It's on the side of the game. It's like, holy crap, dude. Absolutely unhinged. But let's continue. Let's just skip. Yeah, no, this paragraph absolutely meant nothing. Invading during a scaled field boss. Yeah. By the way, what they're saying here with this field boss, it was the magma worm. So. Okay, okay, here I am going in the. Oh, geez, yeah, just kidding. Yeah, you know what? You got me on that one. I'm not saying it's a good fight or anything, but I really do just run in there and just one-shot the guy and leave. Now, just to clarify, I don't post invasions like that to be like, oh, look how skillful I am. Obviously, I don't. That made me laugh, so I clearly did it for that reason. Oh, holy crap. But I am finding funnier moments for sure. Oh, look at this fight too. Also, look, these are co-opers. They're Taunter's tonguing, and they're co-oping. Some people run Taunter tongue playthroughs, so you can argue that person I just attacked, who had the magma worm boss fight, you can argue that person's a casual, but these two players obviously want the sauce. So you're talking about Elden Ring being challenging. It's not. Okay. Yeah, I am certainly aware you will take the easiest route to beat this game. You made it abundantly clear. You made it abundantly clear you're taking easy mode routes here. However, let's continue. The Soul series isn't particularly difficult. Most of the problems don't stem from difficult to understand movesets or intricate boss AI. Oh my god. Dude, it literally like kind of does. It actually is difficult because you don't know the boss's movesets yet. Difficult to understand is different than having really crappy reaction time. Also, you gotta identify the moves and stuff, but yeah, so I'm not too sure what you're gonna go on with. Like, this is weird. The problems stem from the asinine input system, absurd buffering behavior, roll on release, delay in input response. Yeah, some of that exists. However, it's kind of, if you know it exists and you don't change any of your inputs. Wait, are you just justifying yourself getting roll call? Because it's essentially the example of, yeah, press the button when you need to press it and not when you want to press it. Anyway, crappy animation sliding. The animations Elden Rings are actually really good. Sliding, I haven't seen an enemy, a PvE enemy slide on Elden Ring on PC ever. The only sliding I've ever seen has been from, you know, obviously matchmaking, stuff like that. Take all that out, and what you get is a walking sim. Bro, he did not just say take out everything that's difficult about Elden Ring, and you have a walking sim, bro. What point is this? What point are you trying to make here? You pretending any of the Souls games to be hard games is just trying to ride my... What? This is... Okay, this is why they just keep justifying my, like, this response here. They truly do. No, I'm not pretending any of the Souls games are hard to try to get clout. I don't know what he means by here. The Souls games... Bro, who is this person? Do a playthrough of Dark Souls 2. Do a playthrough of Dark Souls 2. And they're gonna get hard diffed by, like, so many mob and just simple mob placements, and it's just going to show that they're just absolutely unwilling to blame their own gameplay on the fact that they're dying. It has to do something. Oh my, this is insane. This is literally an unhinged comment. I'm likely going to remove it just so it doesn't get any hate or anything. I don't want people, like, finding this guy or whatever. But these type of comments are just absolutely unhinged, and I wanted to make a video on it, just kind of going through why it's so unhinged, because I get these comments all the time. This is just the most egregious example. And people rip on the seamless co-op mob while it's very obvious okay, so if you're using seamless, that makes sense why the game was so easy. While it's very obvious they are running their own mods such as dishonest, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, people rip on what? It's very obvious. Are you saying I don't use mods? I never use mods. What's the dishonest merchant? Nothing shouts griefer than an invader showing up early with endgame weapons, hiding between enemies, popping Starlight shards as he goes while abusing his 3 Wi-Fi ping, yada yada yada. Bro, everything you mentioned there, Phantoms can do as well. And not only that, you guys have the numbers. So it's like you're literally in the advantage, and then even in this situation that you're trying to hype up invader dishonesty or something. In an attempt to make invaders seem dishonest, you completely forget that Phantoms can do all that same stuff. I guess just because we're on the subject, as far as Starlight shards, I don't run those, like, pretty much. I don't want to make infinite amount of Starlight shards. If it's finite, I will, you know, I'll that's the rules. I'll just deal with that. But yeah, having like 100 Starlight shards, I don't know. It's still not that big of a deal, but yeah, that's definitely a particular advantage not everyone gets. If you have like 100 Starlight shards, that's definitely a unintended advantage. I don't think invaders necessarily should be doing that, but considering comments like this, yeah, go ahead. Whenever I see comments like this, I'm just like, man, I should make a chainsaw video, just chainsaw people. But no, I don't want to do that either. Invaders have been doing this annoying stuff forever. In Dark Souls 3, you could completely destroy invasions by popping a seed as they are carrying between enemies. That's Dark Souls 3, right? Okay. What? I don't understand the point here. A feature Elden Ring doesn't have. What? You can turn off Taunter Stung. And there's blues. There's infinite blues. Without cooldown. You essentially get the same thing. And not only that, in Elden Ring, the enemies attack invaders also. I get damaged when I go... You talked about the field boss earlier. I get damaged by that field boss. So I don't necessarily see attacking people during field bosses to be a bad thing. That field boss hurts me too. I've been killed by field bosses. But it's like, you know, it's hard to like turn around and get that boss move set. Bro, does this person invade? This dude's like, Elden Ring's not even hard. It's like, dude, oh my god. Whatever. Honestly though, Elden Ring definitely has an easy mode built in. So, like, I don't want to hear that Elden Ring's like the hardest Souls games, because it's definitely not. If you consider that stuff. Now, if you went through your entire playthrough without the Mimic Tier, which I did because I didn't even realize how summoning worked until I got to Godfrey, I wouldn't say it was the hardest. You know, I don't know. It's weird. The balance in Elden Ring is so weird to call it the hardest when you can get one-shotted and you can also one-shot. I don't know. It's definitely not harder than Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, personally. Dark Souls 1 to me is, you know, I played it a lot. It's not going to be that difficult. You just have to be patient with Dark Souls 1, and you can definitely just, you can do really good. Dark Souls 3, I don't know, I played Dark Souls 3 a lot. You know what, I'm getting sidetracked. You also seem to think that playing with multiple players makes Elden Ring easier than, say, a Mimic Tier. What? When did I ever say? I literally just didn't say that. You also seem to think that playing with multiple players makes Elden Ring easier than, say, a Mimic Tier. It's about the same. It's about the same. You can get some absolute fodder Phantoms, though, so you can't get that with the Mimic Tier. While the Sunburrows cause enemies to scale, which they should. Oh, God. A Spirit Ash or AI summon does not, so playing this game single player, granted you're not a moron, is the easiest way of playing the game, and you don't even need... What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is not... yeah. This dude's just self-reporting the fact that they just, you know, they know how easy this... We all know how easy Elden Ring is with the Mimic tier. Not every summon is like that. I definitely recommend finding a summon that contributes to your class and, like, kind of can build up your roleplay a bit. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know what he's on about here. Not really interested in that conversation at the moment. And it's not like there's no place for people to go if they want to play PvP either. Okay, bro, this is like the oldest, this is the oldest criticism for Invaders. Like, just go PvP somewhere else. It's like, dude, no. You're definitely within your right to get a Phantom. I'm within my right to use the mechanic that revolves around that. Like, what are you talking about? Also, by the way, you're opting into PvP, so it makes no difference. Like, say, the Coliseum or Duelist Signs. Yeah, dueling can get boring after a long time. Dueling, for me, gets boring because it's like you have a duelist build, and then you go through, like, 500 fights with that. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, you know. Dueling can be fun. Recently, I found scenic dueling to be very fun. Like, if it's raining and then the host is, like, waiting for me on a cliff, that's cool. But, you know. The fact that you can avoid repetition in Elden Ring does wonders for the health of PvP. So, dueling is, like, a fast-track way of, like, you know, getting frustrated or not, you know. There's likely way too many new players going into duels at 125 and then just getting steamrolled. But yeah, we all know this conversation. No, we don't want to go duels. We want to do invasions. We want the chaos. Options you've intentionally avoided with your mental gymnastics. What are you I don't want to do duels. Is that am I still flipping mental gymnastically? All right, now I'm just having fun. I gotta, But wait, no shot. I see a bunch of fighting. There's also so many better games you can play if you want to do PvP, such as Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur's good. Tekken's good. Street Fighter's good. Grand Blue Fantasy, I would love to try. I do play fighting games on the side as well. I do both. So, I play Dragon Ball Fighter Z. That's fun. I really enjoyed playing that. I got to, like, Saiyan rank or something and just, you know, left it off at that. But I'm not too sure how the ranked goes with that game or if ranked is worth it. But I'm not, like, the best fighting game player, but I am extremely experienced, especially in Soul Calibur. Honestly, if it comes to Souls players, Soul Calibur, I bet you I high diff pretty much every Souls player. Okay, I don't know about that, but I could definitely... okay, you know what? I'm getting sidetracked. The memories of Soul Calibur. Dude, Siegfried was so sick, though. The way you could have, like, you could swing into a position to alter your moveset and get another swing into a different moveset. It's just so sick. I don't know if you guys are experienced with Soul Caliburs, but that'd be very cool if we got stuff like that in Elden Ring. Like, the Unsheath kind of does it, but, you know, it would be cool if you had an Unsheath, you use it, and then it goes to a different moveset, like, off the Unsheath. You know, it's hard to explain. But instead, you're in this game pretending you're doing God's work or something idiotic like that. I don't pretend I'm doing God's work. Jeez, dude. I'm just making videos. These videos are supposed to be fun. Like, you obviously take this too seriously. But there's definitely some things that I needed to iron out here. You're putting a lot of words in my mouth, essentially, so I felt like I had to respond. It's not like a real response, though. I'm not like, you know, I'm not like taking this super personal or whatever. But when he says you're pretending to do God's work, it's like, bro, no, I just have fun making videos, dude. Jeez. Holy crap. Trust me, dude, if this stuff ever, like, makes me enough money to, like, actually, like, help my community, that would be dope. I'd be doing that. And then you can come back and be like, you're pretending to do God's work. But no, like, no, dude, I'm just making gaming videos. There's nothing more to it. It's pretty much the way it is. You then wonder, do players hate Invaders? While the answer is very effing obvious, they sure as heck do. I gotta be honest. Well, I had a lot of comments on Reddit about this, and everyone was pretty understanding. Even the people who didn't like Invaders were like, it was something I needed to learn to deal with, but once we learn to deal with it, then it's fine. It's the same thing. Like, the game literally has blues. Like, there's no reason to hate Invaders in Elden Ring. I know that there are people who do that, but genuinely, there is no reason to hate Invaders in Elden Ring. Ooh, sorry. They know you're there to just be an annoying C word. Jeez. And you know, also to just reiterate, I don't invade because I want to be annoying. There's definitely certainly times where I take my invader privilege and I be annoying. But for the most part, I invade for the battles. The battles are good. They're good battles. And it's kind of cool if you can get into a fight with a dragon, fire breathing all over the place. And I'm also trying to appreciate more parts about invasions that are more scenic as well. But I still like very, very big and tough battles. That has nothing to do with being annoying. Again, most of the people... See, I would stop invading if there weren't that many people who are just down for the fight, but there's a lot more people down for the fight than you would think reading comments like this. They know you're there to be annoying. You show up during field bosses. Yeah, I don't have any control over that. And go straight after the host who, 9 out of 10, completely inexperienced with the... See, no, that's absolute hyperbole. 9 out of 10? I would... For inexperienced players, I would maybe reverse that, and it's probably closer than you think. Maybe 1, maybe 2 out of 10 players are absolutely inexperienced with this game. But there's still a lot to learn, so it's like, if a host falls off the edge because they're backtracking, that's likely the first and only time they're ever going to do that, so... I don't know. It's definitely not 9 out of 10 people are noobs playing this game. That's insane. With the game, and you then like, okay, hold on. Can we stop pretending PvP is like a separate, like absolute separate, like skill thing? If you can beat Malenia, chances are you're gonna pick up PvP pretty quick. Show this on your videos like it's something to be proud of. The only times when I'm like ever super hyped for invasions is when I like defeat like something like Moonveil or 3 players or Fingerprint. So there's always that sort of thing in the video because that's hard to do, and that's also what I came across. So it's not like I search for those things, but if it happens, I'm gonna put it in my video. If it's cool, I'm gonna put it in my video. Like, it's something to be proud of. Like, dude, honestly, we built a pretty great community here. We're not nearly as toxic as this guy. So if anything, it's cooler that the Invader community is definitely a bit more welcoming. You can try out invasions yourself. Go on Reddit. Go to Bad Redman. Put up your clip. People, people are sharing ideas. Nobody's intentionally trying to troll. In fact, I'm gonna do a follow-up video on this. Not on this comment, but on the fact that I found a post where people saw an invader being toxic and they rightfully criticized the toxicity of that invader. Now, it can be debated, but that'll be a follow-up video. But this is insane, dude. Like, dude, you are not hyping up, but you're definitely using hyperbole to make points that just aren't necessary at all. And it's not even an early game boss fight either. It's the Consecrated Field Magma Worm, which is stronger than pretty much every... This dude really has an issue with that clip. Just to reiterate, that clip is kind of funny. I invaded next to someone who was fighting the Magma Worm. They were at 1, and I went up and just hit them, and they died, and I left. It's not supposed to be something to take that seriously, but this guy is literally convinced that that fight ended that dude's entire gaming career. It's like... No, they probably just went back and fought the Magma Worm. And again, you said it yourself. This is avoidable. So, if that host was that difficult, being an end game, if that host was having that much of a difficult time with invaders being in an end game area, you would think they would find better ways to avoid that. But they were kind of just accepting of it. So, and I mean accepting of it, assuming the fact that they didn't just solo the Magma Worm. Oh my god, people are going to make the argument that that guy definitely needed help with the Magma Worm. And it's like, so, if that's the case, He's gonna go fight him again. He'll get better at fighting the magma worm. Like, he's going to get better at the game. They're not like, they genuinely think these people are victims, which is insane. That is kind of a hard conversation to have when that is the criteria. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, no, it's just a funny gaming moment that, you know, likely can change your perspective on invaders, for sure. Just some invader hitting some guy in a field boss, that's tough, but it is avoidable. Again, showing it off like a proudest moment. It's not. I don't have like a proudest moment. Like, that's ridiculous. If something cool happens, definitely put it in the video. I'll make the title about it and stuff like that. But it's just cooler to be able to interact with a great community rather than, like, you know, there's no ninja of Elden Ring invaders. We have Chase, but like even Chase doesn't have like a Lambo in his garage or something. So it's like, dude, we're just having fun. You know what I mean? We're just having fun. Like, Jesus. So next time you see people teabagging, pointing down, or throwing dung pots onto your corpse and wonder why this community is so toxic. The only times when I ask that is if it's like a 3v1, you show up and they like cheese you and then do it. It's like, that's like, I don't ask why the community is so toxic, because essentially it's like they, you know, there are certainly toxic players of like Elden Ring and Dark Souls, but they're normally hackers and gankers, and like, you know, invaders can definitely get their way of toxicity. But yeah, you know what? If they teabag me, point down, whatever, like I kind of get it for the most part. if there's only like the 1 out of 10 moments where it's like, dude, you guys dragon breathed me, hit me with Mogs, rivers of blood, and a moonveil, and you're still mad. Like, what? Remember what you do to them. Remember what you do to them when they're not prepared for you. Okay. How much of a waste of their time you are when you decide to walk into their game in the first place? That just because the game decided that these things are the rules, that pretty much I've noted. Let me try to reiterate this. Just remember how much you're wasting their time in the first place. And that just because the game decided that these are the rules, that pretty much nobody's actually keen on having your red... Nobody's actually keen on having your bad red man show up in their games. But they do opt into it. And the game literally tells you. And it's literally dev intended, so. A lot of talking. Good words. Yeah, no, bro. No. Just no. Just no. I've been looking around for the past weeks or so, and multiplayer in unmodded Elden Ring is pretty much dead. It's not true. So clearly people took up on your repeated advice of not playing the game online. In short, you already killed the multiplayer aspect of it. Yeah, that's definitely where we're gonna end off here. What are you talking about? Bro, first of all, not that many people are gonna watch my video and just be like, oh, guess I'm not playing Elden Ring. Holy crap, this dude definitely got his girl stolen by an invader, and it has nothing to do with the game. It has nothing to do with the game. But yeah, saying like Elden Ring is pretty much dead, I just not really convinced. The activity's definitely like not great, but that's more so to do about the fact that we don't have covenants and stuff like that. It's not really the invaders' fault. Again, I just wanted to point it. I pointed this out in my first invader hate video. If you're a phantom and you're refusing to get involved in PvP, you're the problem. If the host doesn't want to get involved in PvP, that's good for a little bit because they have the phantoms. But eventually they're gonna have to figure it out, and you can't just write a 7-paragraph comment in my YouTube comments about why invaders are bad because you don't want to get good at the game you bought. I don't know what to tell you. The game never pretends to be a casual experience. They continue to try to, like, literally, like, there was some close insults here, but not really. They kind of just assume things about me that's just not true. But for the most part, it's like, dude, just take the skill issue and all these problems will go away. Learn that it's up to you to kind of avoid some of these things, and then you'll you know, you'll be fine. You'll figure all this stuff out on your own. Jeez, dude. This dude really said that they are not opting into invasions. They are opting into co-op, and invasions are on the side. Well, what does that mean, man? All right, well, that's pretty much it. There's not really anything else to say. Some of the points here just aren't great. But there are certainly some things I wanted to iron out here. And it's insane that it's been years since Elden Ring came out, and I still see the same, like, absolute useless criticism of Invaders that, like, add nothing to the game. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But whatever. This was fun. Definitely wanted to show off this comment. This was definitely unhinged. It was unhinged. It was playfully unhinged. The dude's not, like, showing up to my house or anything. But saying that I killed multiplayer is kind of insane. So, all good. You have a right to your opinion, but some of the stuff you said here is objectively wrong, and, you know, don't try to put me on a pedestal to, like, tear me down. It's kind of weird. So, I just wanted to address this comment. I see comments like this a lot, so I felt like making a video on this is going to be, whenever I see those comments, I'm just going to link them this video. So, either way, thanks for watching. Hope this was entertaining. On to the next one.